Hi everybody, welcome back to Tips for You. Well, Happy New Year to you all. I hope you had a fantastic holiday and a great start to the new year. Well, it's resolution time, and that's what I want to talk to you about. Because the new year is a really good time to make some changes in your life. It's marking a time of change, you're leaving the old stuff behind, and now you're going to focus on making some new plans, some new goals. Things you've always wanted to do, things you want to do for yourself, your family, your life. And this is a good time to do it. New Year's resolutions sometimes seem silly to some, but they actually are a very constructive tool to help you go forward and do something that you perhaps have hesitation to do. I took a little bit of a poll over the holiday and talked to a few people and asked them if they were, this was after New Year's, and asked them if they made a New Year's resolution. And the majority of the people that I talked to really wanted to, but just didn't know what to do. They had so many changes that they wanted to make, they didn't even know where to begin. Or they said they thought it was just going to be a waste of time because they were just going to go back on their resolution in a week or two and forget about the whole thing. Well, that's exactly how you don't get results when you set a goal for yourself. And if you can look back on 2013 and think back to what you wanted to accomplish for 2013 and didn't, ask yourself why that is. Did the old thoughts come back in? Did you convince yourself otherwise that you couldn't get things done the way you wanted to? Did you just give up? And that's the reason for most people. They just hear the voice in their head again that tells them they can't do it, and they just give up. They almost set themselves up to fail with that kind of a voice. You've really got to work hard, and you have to be strong in order to overcome the inner voice that you're used to hearing, the voice that's been holding you back this entire time. Because you have to decide today, after you watch this video, I want you to look in the mirror and I want you to say to yourself, no more excuses. I am 100% responsible for my life, my happiness, for the things that I do, for everything that happens to me, for the weight that I am, for the job that I have, for the money that I make, for the friends that I have with me, for my relationships, everything. You're responsible. And stop making excuses. Stop blaming someone else, something in your childhood, something that's gotten you to the point where you haven't acted on what it is that you want to do with your life. Now, I know it can be hard to set a goal. Sometimes there's so many things that we want to change that we don't even know where to begin, like the people that I polled. So here's my suggestion. I want you to write down on a piece of paper. In fact, you can have a little book dedicated to goals, things that you want to accomplish. And I want you to start writing down the things that you want. You can start with, you want $1 million and you want a new car and you want all these things. But eventually you're going to get down to the stuff you really want. The stuff that's important, that's inside of you. That's how you see the world. That's how you feel about your education, about the effort that you're putting forth in your studies or your job or your relationships. And that's what's going to really matter. And you'll be able to home in on what's really important to you. And then I want you to try to pick a few important goals that you would like to see in your life this year. 2014, set a time limit. Give yourself a certain amount of months that you think you can get to something. Now, if it's that you're unhappy with your current state of your figure or you want to lose weight, it's often the most common New Year's resolution is about diet and exercise. Well, you have to accept, first of all, that the way you're looking right now and that you're unhappy with the way you are is your own doing, and whatever you've tried in the past has failed because you didn't stick to what it is that you wanted to do to accomplish the weight loss. And then just put it behind you. That's in the past. Don't beat yourself up anymore about it. We're going to look forward now. And once you tell your mind that this is what you want, your mind will take you there. You will start to see the steps in front of you on how to get there. If you look at little children as they grow up, and I have kids, and I remember when they were small, if they wanted something, when they were like little toddlers or crawling around on the floor, they saw it, they crawled for it, they went for it, they got it. If they wanted to walk across the room, they did it. And that's what you have to do now. You have to summon up all that courage that you had as a little child. It's still in there. And don't let the negative thoughts come in your way. Do you know, as soon as we decide there's some big change we want to make, that immediately after that we get these other thoughts that come in and say, well, let's say you say, oh, I want to exercise 3 times a week. That's my new plan. I really want to pay attention to my exercise now. As soon as you do that, your mind can start in with, well, then I'm not going to have as much free time. Well, then I'm just not going to be able to see my kids as much. Or that means that I'm going to have to get up earlier, and I really don't want to get up earlier. See how that happens? How you make excuses? Well, you just have to stop, and you have to get a plan that works for you. And even if it's hard, no matter what, you've got to do it. If it means you have to get up a little earlier in the morning and do some stretching and head out for a run, then that's the only time you have. That's the only way you're going to get back into shape. And so there's sacrifices that have to be made along the way. And anytime you see anyone that's achieved anything, and some people have really hard things that they try to overcome. You know, there's always a story that you can read about somebody who's lost a limb and then went on to run a marathon. And those people have had the willpower and the courage to get themselves up and start over and push and try despite what others have told them that they can't do it. And in their mind, they're telling themselves, I can do this. And guess what? They do. They do it, and they shock us all. And they bring tears to our eyes, and they inspire us. But we have to keep that with us, because we can do that as well. We can inspire ourselves. We have to listen to the positive voice. We have to create a positive voice in our minds. Going forward from this day on, I want you to say to yourself, I can do it. Now that you have your list of goals that you wrote down, I want you to pick 1 or 2 that are really important to you. Perhaps it's going to be to lose weight and eat healthy for the remainder of this year and beyond. Try to make these changes permanent in your life. So what I want you to do is take that goal, and I want you to write it on a piece of paper. And I want you to put that goal and the piece of paper in 3 places, at least, that you frequent and see every day. I suggest you put it like on your headboard by your bed, so that you see it when you wake up in the morning, or something that you see when you wake up in the morning. I also suggest that you put it like at your computer, if that's where you spend a lot of time. And perhaps on your refrigerator or some other place that's going to remind you that you have a goal in mind, that you have a target to reach. It keeps it on the forefront of your mind so that your mind and your body keep going in that direction. Because, you know, sometimes we forget. We make these promises to ourselves, and the day goes by and we kind of revert back to old habits. So having a reminder written down and posted where you can see it is a really good motivational tool to keep you on track. Now, I want you to do one other thing. I want you then, after you've gotten your goals, you've decided your resolution, you've written it down, and you've placed it where you can see it around your home or office, the next thing I want you to do is to make a list of all the things you think you can't do. They may come to you over the course of a day or 2. You may not be able to sit down and think of them all right now when this video is over, but you can start. For example, I can't lose the weight. I've been heavy all my life. I can't get a new job because I'm afraid that if I leave this job, I won't be able to have enough income to make ends meet with my family. I can't get up earlier in the morning to exercise because I go to bed too late and I'll be exhausted all day. Whatever it is that you say I can't to. I can't. All the things you can't. I can't join the sports team. I don't think I'm good enough. I can't, run a marathon because I just don't have the time. I don't think I could ever do it. Whatever your can'ts are, write them down. These are the can'ts, your personal can'ts, I can'ts, that you say to yourself all the time that have held you back. They've held you back in your life. And I want you to take that piece of paper that you wrote the I can'ts down on, and I want you to rip it up into little pieces, and I want you to throw it into the garbage. And that's the end of your I can'ts. And we're going to leave them in the past, and we are going to focus now on I can. And your new motivation to yourself this year is going to be saying, I can, whenever you set a goal for yourself. I can lose this weight. I can have a healthier lifestyle. I can quit smoking. I can quit drinking. I can get a better job. I can have a better relationship with my spouse, boyfriend, friends. I can. I can do it. And once you hear that voice in your head telling you that you can instead of you can't, and looking for reasons to find why you can't because they aren't there anymore, you will focus on the positive, on the I cans. And before you know it, you can do it. Little at a time, step by step, you'll be going in the right direction for your goal, towards your goal. And once you have a success, success breeds success, and you'll have one success after another. You'll have self-confidence. You'll see the weight start to come off. You'll notice that what you're doing is working, and nothing feels better than achieving something that you put your mind to, that you stuck with, and then there you are, and it's in front of you, and you've done it, and you feel so good about yourself. That feeling is like none other, and I want you to have that feeling. I want you to experience what that's like. So no more failures, no more negative talk in your mind. I really want you to now be a positive thinker. This is 2014, the year of positive thinking. It's going to be the year that you conquer the things you thought you couldn't. And you're going to raise yourself to the life that you want to have, the person you want to be. Okay? And I hope you'll subscribe because we have a lot more coming up. I have something special to share with you soon that I think you'll really like. It's going to be new for 2014, so stay tuned. And please visit me at my blogspot where I do a lot of writing. And I'm also on Facebook and Twitter, so please like me there and follow me on Twitter. And I do communicate on Facebook, so if you ever want to chat with me on Facebook or ask me a question, please feel free to do so. And I will see you soon. Okay, you know what to do as soon as you turn off this video. Go write your list, go look in the mirror, and tell yourself what a wonderful year this is going to be because you are going to make some changes. Whatever is making you unhappy, I want you to do something about it. So make that list, okay? And I will see you soon. Bye-bye now.